pleasure to welcome you to the Congress. You're no stranger here, having a part of your resume on the Hill. So welcome back to your home base. We look forward to hearing from you and responsive to questions after your statement. So, Mr. Director, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chairman Rogers, Chairman Cole, Ranking Member Mann, Ranking Member DeLore, and members of the committee. It is an extreme honor and a privilege to be sitting here today as the 9th Director of the FBI. President Trump has set some priorities out and a new focus for federal law enforcement. The FBI has heard those directions, and we are determined to deliver on our crime-fighting and national security mission with renewed vigor. I'd like to highlight just a few things the FBI has undertaken in the few short months that I've been at the helm. We have apprehended 3 of the FBI's most top 10 wanted fugitives in the world, 3 in less than 3 months. We've joined our partners at DHS and conducted targeted operations to round up fugitives around the country. For instance, in Massachusetts alone, we apprehended 370 violent fugitives. We seized, along with our partners at DHS and the Department of Defense in one operation down off the coast of Florida, 44,000 pounds of illicit narcotics. That's $500 million of pure narcotics that would have hit the streets, are now off the streets permanently. And as part of Operation Allied Corridor, we've targeted approximately 3,000 illegal aliens with ties to criminal organizations who are eligible for deportation or removal. Children. Today, as we talked about with the Attorney General in Operation Restore Justice, prioritizing crimes against children is a priority of mine and will continue to be of the FBI. Just this morning, we announced that we executed over 450 search warrants and have rounded up in the last month alone over 400 individuals who choose to enact acts of violence against our children. 205 in the last week alone, to include individuals in positions of trust, such as teachers and law enforcement officers. They are committing some of the most heinous crimes against the most innocent of our society, and we will not tolerate it. It will remain a priority for us. As we double down on criminal threats, we're never going to stop pursuing the mission of defending the homeland. Foreign spies are trying to steal our technology, are trying to steal our agricultural products and seeds. Cyber actors are looking to infiltrate our networks on a daily basis from all parts of the world, and foreign and domestic terrorists continue their plotting, both here and overseas. It's hard not to overstate the operational tempo that the FBI must act and will continue to act since I've been at the helm of these last 3 months. The mission is a no-fail mission because if we fail, then American lives will be endangered or lost. Every operation we run comes with one end state in mind: to disrupt or stop criminal activity or threats to the homeland. It's not I that do the work of the FBI. It's the agents, the intel analysts, the SOS, and the support staff throughout our field offices that take it to the streets every single day. It's our linguists who translate and transcribe from dialects that most people on earth don't even know about in offices on a 24/7 basis so that our search warrants can be signed out, so that our arrest warrants can be signed and approved by judges. It's the everyday women of the FBI across the country, many of them I've gotten to meet in my short time, and prior to that, in my time as a terrorism prosecutor, worked hand in glove with them, both here in America and overseas. Our Joint Terrorism Task Force is a heartbeat of what defends this country from domestic and international threats of terrorism. Every one of our 55 field offices has a Joint Terrorism Task Force situated in almost every single state in this country, covering every single state in this country. We've stopped many plots, including against targeting energy facilities in Baltimore, and of course, the tragic New Orleans day plot, terrorist attack. One of our initiatives, of course, is to continue to fight against illicit fentanyl trafficking and narcotics trafficking into the country. Every 7 minutes in this country, as of last year, an individual, an American citizen, is killed from a drug overdose. To that end, we have enacted, along with our partners across the interagency in the Southwest Border Intelligence Center, the Counter Cartel Coordination Center, is what we call it, the FBI, the C4. We have flexed assets over to that area and are using it as a regional hub to countermand the narcotics coming across the southern border. It's important efforts like these that not just stop the narcotics traffickers and narco-terrorists from entering our country, but from pouring drugs in. We must work with the interagency to accomplish this goal. We will work with the interagency to accomplish this goal. It's not an FBI mission alone. We will partner with anyone and everyone willing to achieve this mission set. In one of my first actions as director, I gave my agents and intel analysts an opportunity to go out and serve in the field. And many of those individuals took that opportunity and have requested to be redeployed into the field, into every one of your states across this country. We are moving more than 1,000 positions outside of the Washington, D.C. area. And that's not the Washington field office or Hoover alone. That's what we call the NCR, the National Capital Region. Approximately 11,000-ish FBI employees of the 37,000 that are currently employed work inside the NCR. We need some of those field operatives out in the field. We need some of those intelligence analysts out in the field. We need their expertise in your states, in your counties, in your towns, because the threat to this country in 2025 is everywhere, and we cannot quarterback that mission from Washington, D.C. alone. We will remain here in Washington with the cadre we need to support the field offices, absolutely, but we need to bolden our efforts in the field. We're also, under my leadership, looking to cut waste, fraud, and abuse. We have found duplicative line item contracts already within the FBI, and we don't want to waste taxpayer dollars at the Bureau. We don't want to pay twice for something when we have been only needed to pay once. Modernizing and prioritizing the FBI is a critical component of what we need to do. Our capabilities and our infrastructure at the FBI are outdated. They have been the opposite of streamlined. An agent in our field office in El Paso does not have the same toolkit as an agent in our field offices covering the Dakotas as our agent in New York City. That's unacceptable to me. We will fix that. But building this new infrastructure is going to take not just a public effort, it's going to take a public-private partnership engagement, which we have already executed on. Members of this committee are important, critical partners to the fight against crime in this country and to defending our homeland. And you know better than anyone that our no-fail mission continues and can't continue without your investment and your support. I rely on your expertise. I rely on our conversations that I have with you here and offline to tell me where the problem sets are in this country, because I don't know where they all are. And then we can deploy assets to attack the growing problem sets. Our enemies are getting more and more creative by the day. And we need to keep up not just with the intelligence, but with you, who represent the men and women in the United States across this country. You have the ground level knowledge that we need to help fight this message. Without the funds to get ahead of our adversaries, I agree, we risk making trade-offs that will jeopardize the safety of Americans. So it's my commitment to you to work with you during this appropriations process to address budgetary needs, shortfalls, and also think innovatively to make sure we fund the FBI for a future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Director.